The world makes it feel like you're stuck playing a rigged game. Like every choice you make, every move, is somehow boxed in by rules written by people who don't want you to win because they want to keep their own power. You're told to work harder, to follow the system, but no matter how much you hustle, the top feels just out of reach. The pain of seeing others around you settle for less, riding the wave of comfort, while you burn inside with ideas, drive, and vision, that's real. That's the fire that capitalism fans, and it's different from any other system because it doesn't hand you a ceiling. It demands everything from you, but rewards you the more you dare to break through. You know what? Capitalism is often misunderstood, not as the cold, ruthless machine critics paint it to be, but as the only system that actually prizes the individual's drive to create, to disrupt, to build something new. This isn't about the rich getting richer while the rest get scraps. It's about individuals, founders, and visionaries ripping apart the old limits and stitching together new possibilities. People who refuse to be average and refuse to be tamed by comfort. Every power player out there, every investor who backs those who burn brighter, understands this instinctively. Here's the brutal truth. No other system offers what capitalism does in the long term. Socialism promises equality, but punishes excellence. Centrism praises balance, but strangles progress. Autocracies crave control, but kill innovation before it can breathe. Capitalism alone breathes life into merit, risk, and relentless creation. It's the one game where the stakes are highest because everything is on the line, but it's also the only game that doesn't force a glass ceiling to trap you forever. The bad news? That freedom comes with a hell of a price. The price to outwork, outthink, outlast the complacent masses. The price to stay hungry when everyone around you is stuffed and satisfied. The price to live without lies and illusions. But here's the thrill. Capitalism doesn't carry your limits. It reflects them. If you think small, act small, and settle for comfort, it gives you just crumbs. But if you dare to question, to reject the script fed to you by societies eager for sameness, capitalism rewards you with more than just money. It gives you choice, power, influence, and the chance to shape entire worlds, not just play a part in someone else's. This is the core that every large founder understands, the secret unspoken code in every pitch room, every board meeting, every sleepless night spent molding dreams into reality. It's not just business. It's survival forged by ambition, by grit, by unapologetic refusal to be anything less than extraordinary. Founders, entrepreneurs, you who are sick of waiting for permission, this is your arena. Every moment spent wondering if capitalism is fair or flawed is a moment lost fighting a phantom instead of building your own empire. The enemies you actually face are complacency, fear, and the fake comfort of the system's empty promises. You don't have time for softness or doubt. You need a system that serves the radical, the brave, and those who think in years, decades, not quarters. Capitalism, imperfect and wild as it is that system. Others try to cage the individual, but capitalism says, unleash yourself fully. It's not just economics. It's a call to rise beyond the shackles of false freedom and mediocrity the world so casually hands out. But here's what most don't get. Capitalism isn't automatic. It doesn't guarantee freedom or success. It demands sovereignty over your mind. It calls for relentless questioning of yourself, of the rules, of the past that tries to anchor you. You must pick your alliances and partners fiercely because most people in the system are there to drag you down, to dilute your fire. Your network is your net worth, not the crowd, but the few, the intensely aligned, the rare sparks who ignite your potential instead of snuffing it out. This is where capitalism shines brighter than any ideology, by rewarding those who forge strong, genuine networks. You can't play this game alone, but if you connect with the right few, revolutionary power multiplies exponentially. Let's be honest, the world wants you to think you need permission, that there's a ceiling you will never break. It gives you comfort to mask the slavery of routine, numbing your passion with mindless distractions and diluted dreams. They smile at you and whisper, be content. Meanwhile, your fire smolders under layers of safe choices, convenience, conformity. That's true slavery, a sly, invisible trap. Capitalism frees only those who refuse to be fooled, who never stop burning, who take no shortcuts. It is not a system that gives out easy wins or safe paths. It is ruthless. But it's that very ruthlessness that cuts away weakness, builds strength, and spins pure individual power into unstoppable force. Here's the moment where everything pivots. Embracing capitalism means embracing eternal patience. This is not about instant gratification, viral fame, or short bursts of luck. It's about the long game, the real game of life where the biggest breakthroughs come after years of trial, error, learning, unlearning, and relentless refinement. The system does not reward noise or fads. It rewards substance, resilience, and those willing to stand alone before standing tall with their tribe. True players in capitalism don't chase popularity. They create value so profound it echoes beyond their time. They don't just build companies, they build legacies. This is the mindset shift. See capitalism not as greed, but as the ultimate arena to manifest long-term vision and impact. Many fear capitalism because it exposes the raw truth of human ambition. It says, you are responsible for your legacy. No handouts, no guarantees. Just your will, your choices, your network, your grit. But this rawness is exactly why capitalism is the only game worth playing in the long run. Because it demands that you become sovereign. Sovereign over your life, over your work, over the meaning you carve out from this chaotic world. For the founders tired of mediocrity, for investors who bet on brilliance, for leaders who know their craft means nothing without vision, capitalism is not a choice. It's survival and liberation intertwined. You are not here to play small, to fit in, to wait for a system that never truly serves. You're here to disrupt, to create, to forge new rules while ripping up the old ones. You're here because you feel burning inside that undeniable tension. Something bigger is possible, and it's yours to claim. Any system that tries to box in that feeling, tell you it's a lie, or sell you safety in exchange for your fire is stealing your future. Only capitalism gives you the keys to that future, but it will make you earn it in ways most people are too weak for. It demands everything, but it returns everything to those who dare. Remember, capitalism's magic isn't in the rules. It's in the human courage it unleashes when rules are broken and remade. In the raw, unfiltered drive that pushes founders to skip comfort, investors to bet on vision, and leaders to build legacies that outlast their lifetimes. The system itself isn't perfect, because people aren't perfect. But within its chaos lies the fiercest freedom the world has ever known. This is freedom to be sovereign, to be critical, to be transformative, to be patient. It's freedom to find your tribe in the rare few who burn as fiercely as you do. It's freedom to play the only game that respects real power, the power of the liberated individual who dares to refuse everything that came before and create something new. So if there's a fire inside, if the silence and comfort around you feel like chains, if you're done with borrowed limits and ready to stop waiting for a world that never arrives, then this is where it begins. This is the place where capitalism isn't just an economic system, but a code to live by, a call to transcend the broken, and a blueprint to build futures that never bend to consensus or conformity. The long-term game is brutal and beautiful, only for those who burn brighter, think deeper, and dare to become more. Your move is clear. Reject the illusions, harness the fire, and embrace the only game that rewards everything you have to give, not just today, but for all the tomorrows you will shape.